Hi, my name is Nicole Patrick. I am doing the Assessment 3, Practical Assessment for Study Guide 12. We're doing the Warren and Malcolm Case Study 2 scenario. This is my sister DJ, who will be helping out as Warren for the first part of this assessment. Okay? Hi Warren, my name is Nicole Patrick. I'm your counsellor for today. You're here just as an initial assessment, just to see whether or not we can work together. Okay? Today's about 20 minutes long. It's really just to get an understanding of why you're here in counselling, what kind of services I can provide, whether or not we can work together. Now, everything you tell me will be confidential. I won't be able to tell anybody anything of what you've told me in this session. The only time that confidentiality will have to be broken is if I believe that you are serious about harming somebody else or someone's property, okay? Or doing something illegal, I do believe. But before confidentiality is broken, I will discuss it with you, how we go forward. We'll be able to work together in that instance anyway, okay? Okay. Alright, so today we got 20 minutes. Do you want to, why don't you just start off by giving me a rundown on what brought you here today?
Well, I was really tossing up about coming today, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm very worried about my friend Malcolm.
Yeah.
Mal. We've been best friends basically since childhood. Grew up on the same street.
Oh yeah.
Grew up together.
Yeah.
When we were about 17, I think it was. He fell for this girl.
Yeah.
So hard. Yeah. High school sweethearts, you know.
Yeah.
You know the story.
Yeah.
And basically he and her got together, and I mean they had rough patches and stuff.
Yeah.
But they were so close. They worked so well together. Thought they'd lived their whole lives together.
Yeah.
And then just, I think it was maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
They separated.
Yeah.
He won't. I've tried to talk to him, but he won't really explain to me why they separated. But I know it wasn't him, because he's kind of fallen into this erratic behavior, and he's just kind of lost it, and I'm really worried for him because of how he's trying to deal with his problems, because they're not actually going to help in any way.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know where she's got to. She's just kind of disappeared. I haven't talked to her. I've tried to message her, but she won't reply to me. And yeah, I'm just really concerned about him and where he's going now.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is that you came to therapy because you're really concerned about your mate. That he's separated or divorced?
Separated.
Separated from his wife. They got married, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he separated from his wife, and this has caused some erratic behaviour. Like, what is he doing?
Well, he works in a law firm.
Yeah.
But sometimes even on really intense cases where he has to be there, sometimes he just doesn't show up, and he goes out and he just parties, drinks, gets absolutely smashed, just tries to deal with his problems in ways that he really shouldn't. He goes out every night and chases heaps of women, tries to get laid all the time, and yeah, it's just, I don't know, I just feel like it's really not healthy for him.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be doing this to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're a good friend. I wish I had friends, as dedicated as you are. To be able to come to therapy and try to discover ways of which you can help your mate out, that is some serious dedication, and I hope he knows how lucky he is to have a friend like you. Alright, so what are you hoping to get from today's session?
from today's session, I don't know, maybe just ways that I can probably help him out and ways that I can kind of process it all, and so I can understand where he's coming from, and maybe, ways I can help him and try and get him to at least be able to make it to work on time.
Yeah.
And things like that. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm hearing just try to encourage him to become a little bit more accountable for his lifestyle choices or changes that he's currently made.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright. First, before, it's really hard to be able to work with people, clients and such, when there's more than one person involved, especially with a specific issue as this. So, I can work with you till whenever you feel comfortable. But it would also be beneficial, I suppose, if Malcolm is able to come to a session or two. That way, you guys can really communicate and address each of your concerns. You can tell him what you're concerned about and what you hope for him and everything. And then he can tell you how he's responding, how he's feeling, what's driving him to this behaviour. If I'm just going to be working with you, I might need a little bit more background, a little bit more history as to the relationship between you guys. Some of the things you've shared, how close you guys are, that sort of thing, Let's start at the beginning. What made you guys friends in the first place? How did you meet? I know you said you grew up on the same street, but is there a funny story? Or?
Well, there actually is. It's funny you mention it.
Yeah.
Back before we were even mates, running around the playground in year 2 or something.
Yeah.
He used to actually bully me. He used to hang me from my legs above the playground and drop me and he was just one of those guys, the bullies of the school that everyone wants to be friends with, whatnot. And then,
so the jock kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of. And I guess some stuff went down. He got out of that friend group, and this is year 2, so it's really intense.
Of course, yeah.
And
don't mess with those year 2ers.
Oh no, bad guy. And then sometimes just walking to school, I'd see him and we'd walk together, and for a while nothing really happened, but then we started talking and eventually just kind of merged into mates, and once that happened we did basically everything together. And we used to go out and climb the water tower in our old little town.
Oh, really?
Sit on the top. Yeah.
How tall is this water tower?
It was pretty tall.
I can just see these tiny little kids who belong in year 2 who are only this tall, climbing to the top of this massive thing and just sitting with their tiny little legs just dangling.
Well, what else do you expect? You're in a small town, I guess. So we used to do that. That was a regular occurrence, and sometimes we'd take, as we grew up, obviously, we'd take our lady friends over as well. And I don't know, we just, from then on, we just always had each other's backs and always there for each other, which was, it was good.
Oh, well, that's good. It sounds like you guys are, what, Bert and Ernie? Phineas and Ferb?
Phineas and Ferb.
Sorry, Phineas and Ferb. 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit closer.
It used to be.
Yeah?
Yeah, but not really, not quite anymore. Ever since all that stuff.
The separation? Or?
Yeah. Maybe even just before that. I think he started getting really obsessed with her, because he was probably anticipating it happening, the separation. And so he was trying to cling on to her, so I didn't really talk to him for a while. But then it happened, and he's hung out with me more after that.
Yeah.
But he's been really distant, and I guess he won't really talk to me much anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just got a lot to try and process and wrap his own head around.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Was there a time, excuse me, was there a time when you might have been going through a hard patch and he was around trying to help and wasn't entirely sure what was happening? Like a kind of reversal sort of thing? Like,
yeah, well, I guess we've always kind of had each other's backs, but there was this time where one of my uncles, I was pretty close to him, he passed away, and I guess then I got really distant.
Yeah.
And in a sense I started behaving the way he is now. But yeah. And through that time he always had my back.
Yeah.
But then again, there's a lot of differences between those two situations.
Of course.
But yeah.
So he had your back. Were you also engaging in like erratic behaviour, like just a change in character, or was it like a grief?
I guess I went through a grief stage. I was really secluded, and I just always wanted to be by myself, and sometimes I'd go to bridges or go to the top of cliffs and just sit and think for a while.
Yeah.
And the other half of the time I'd mainly just stay in my room and not really do anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. He helped me get out of that stage, which was
How did he help you?
I guess he used to just come over randomly and either just sit with me or just tell me to get in the car and we'd go and do something. And I guess he just really showed me the meaning of life and how it's not really over.
Yeah.
And how there's more to life than just grief.
Yeah.
Once something bad happens to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad. So, he's been able to help you through a hard time.
Yeah, definitely. Heaps. Yeah. That's just, like, one of the main ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And other times when, he's been down, how have you helped him in the past?
I guess I've just returned the favour as well with, like, trying to just be there for him, a shoulder to cry on and stuff. But then, you know, sometimes you're just in that down mood when you know you have to get up and do something.
Yeah.
So I could sometimes tell when he was in that mood, and in those instances, I would just pick him up and maybe even take him back to that water tower we always used to climb, and we just sit.
So from a 2-year-old to like the 30-something-year-old, you just like climb. Is that thing still standing to this day?
It is. It's all rusty and stuff though, but it is.
Does it hold you guys when you climb to the top? Oh, yes. Does it rattle?
They always rattle, don't they?
Oh, no. Sounds dangerous. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome. So, has any of those things that you've tried in the past, have any of those worked lately, or?
Well, I've been trying to like do those sort of things and be there for him, but he doesn't really respond anymore.
Yeah.
He's really distant, and whenever I try and talk to him, he'll either just push me away or like direct the subject of conversation somewhere else or something like that, and then he'll just go back to being himself or his new self.
Yeah.
Which isn't really good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it doesn't sound very pretty at the moment. It sounds like he's really struggling to make sense of what's happening and trying to cope the best way he knows how, I suppose. But, how are you going with his distance and all of that? How are you coping?
Look, I think I'm coping coping pretty well with it, but I guess the main thing is I'm just really concerned about his well-being.
Yeah.
And that might not actually be the best thing, but really, to be honest, it's probably not fine. I'm probably not fine because, I mean, I'm here at counselling.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but, like, the main thing is just him. Like, I just want him to get better. That's the only thing that really matters. And I know that he will eventually be fine and that I'll be fine with it. But at the moment, it is just a bit hard to cope when, like, your best mate is going through such a hard patch. Yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of things do you do to cope and be able to get through when he's not around or he just doesn't want to bar a bit or any of that? What kind of things do you do?
Well,
for yourself?
For myself, I have heaps of other friends as well.
Yeah.
So I go out and hang out with them, which a lot of the time makes me feel better and stuff. But I don't know. Hey. I don't really do that much.
Yeah.
For it. I just kind of live everyday life normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not affecting you that much, apart from just your worry and concern for his welfare. Like the rest of your daily functioning, like the way you go through each day is okay. You haven't had any mood swings or massive changes of behaviour that you've noticed.
Physically and behavioural wise, I guess I haven't really changed that much. But emotionally, it has been like weighing on me and like stressing me out heaps.
Yeah.
So I guess that in turn affects what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess what I'm doing is like the same, but just my emotional state when I'm doing it is different.
Okay.
So I might seem different to my other friends or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's good. I've got a little exercise that might help with the stress that you can do or not do. It just depends. Like it works for some people, it doesn't for others. If you want, I can teach you how to do it, and then you can continue doing it. And maybe like next session or something, you might be able to talk Malcolm into coming as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So, actually, there's two exercises. There's a breathing exercise and a muscle one. And then there's also a visualization kind of meditation kind of one. All right, so we'll do the muscle one first. So if you just want to sit back and relax. All right, and with each deep breath, we're going to tighten and then relax a muscle group, okay? And we're going to start at our feet. So take a deep breath in and tighten your feet muscles. Like just tense them all up. And as you breathe out, just relax, okay? And we'll move the way up. So deep breath in and we'll clench the lower leg muscles. And relax. And now your thighs. Clench real tight. And relax. And now your abdomen. Clench your tummy real tight. And breathe out and relax. And now your arms. Clench them real tight as you breathe in. And relax as you breathe out. And your shoulders and your neck muscles. Clench real tight. And relax. Okay. And you can keep doing that one over and over until you feel relaxed, slightly more relieved sort of thing. And the other one is a meditation one. So if you just put on some soft music in the background and then visualize like a stream, like a creek just floating by, and you're sitting on the side of it, okay? So you're watching this. And with each thought that you're like concerned with or a stress thing or anything, just pick up a leaf like that, like a boat, put the thought on it, put it on the creek and just watch it float away. And it's completely fine if it decides to come back because you'll just put it on another leaf and watch it float away. Okay? So it's like, yes, I do have this problem, but right now I'm going to leave it till later. Okay?
Okay.
So if you just want to try some of those, it might work, it might not. But if you want to make an appointment, like, go have a chat with Malcolm, see if he's willing to come. Give me a call. We'll set up a time, a date, a place, that sort of thing, and we'll see if we can, like, hash out some of these things, get you guys talking about what's actually happening and all of that.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Alright, cool. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.
Alright, bye.